What does all of that mean? Sometimes that foil is a faster-paced form of fencing because the competitors have got a little bit of protection from aspects of the rules that they don't have in épée. Épée can be very exposing, and as a result, the competitors are sometimes more cautious and try to read their opponents that little bit more. And don't worry if you haven't got all of that, because we'll cover it all again as the two competitions play out. You can see different coloured piece that have been used throughout the day, but all the attention now goes on the central piece where the semi-finals and medals matches will be taking place. It's time to get underway in the women's individual épée competition at the 2018 Asian Games. Two bouts will follow, and we will know very soon who it is that's going to be heading into the gold medal contest. First two participants and all of the various officials who are there to ensure that all hits are registered properly, and we'll have the presentation of the four athletes. Introductions are completed. Onto the piste, and one of these two will depart with a bronze, one will depart with a chance at gold. Sun Yiwen of the People's Republic of China, world number 7. Choi In-jong, the world number 5 of the Republic of Korea. The two most successful nations in the history of fencing at the Asian Games. China have won 44 gold, South Korea 40. And one of their competitors from this will have a chance at adding to that tally. Who will it be? Sun Yiwen, the left-hander. Choi In-jong, right-hander. And Sun will be recipient of the red light scores, and Choi the green.
From China and from Korea.
Moments away from the start of the semi-final in the women's individual épée. The referee calls the fencers on guard, and we are underway. Choi of the Republic of Korea on the left, Sun of the People's Republic of China on the right. And this, the tactical beginnings of an épée contest. The fencers just trying to get a sense of what tactics the other might use. It's often called a game of physical chess. And you can see why. First meaningful attempt at an attack. And the first score goes the way of Choi. So interesting. Sun made the commitment. Choi making it count. That's been registered as a double. Both made the connection, and that's the interesting feature of épée. No right of way, so simultaneous hits can be awarded. And another score for Choi, this time with no reply from Sun. Just living every single moment of this. That's nicely done, very nicely done. Now the question for Sun of what does she try? Does she try to go a little more aggressively? Levels the contest at 2 apiece. Nicely done. They have met once before in a World Cup event in Dubai earlier this year. Sun victorious 15-11. Different matter when it's semi-final of the Asian Games. Approaching the last minute of this first of 3 3-minute rounds. No clear tactical advantage for either fencer at the moment. Not at all. Choi just electing to bring the contest back to the centre. It's methodical stuff. The referee just calling a halt to proceedings. A moment of reflection for the world number 7, Sun Yuen, 26-year-old, tall athlete, 5'10", good reach. An Asian Games gold medalist in the team competition 4 years ago. As for Choi, she was the bronze medalist in the individual, along with the silver in the team 4 years ago, getting closer to that gold. Here we are, underway in the second period. Sun with the score. Made the attack. A similar pattern to the first period. Just pushing Sun further towards the runoff area. And she gets the reward. They're both going to get a score for that, so 3-4. Similar actually to what happened towards the start of the first. Simultaneous hit registered. Now we approach the halfway mark of this whole contest, and It is not conclusive at all. You would expect it to be the case when the two leading nations in Asian fencing meet. It's going to be tight as another double is registered. Third time. Just the one single score between these two. Not anymore. A huge roar from Choi In-jong as she draws it level at 5 apiece. Beautiful lunge. She's giving away a couple of inches in height, and sometimes that translates to reach, depending on the stance of the competitors, especially the way that back foot goes. Sometimes if the back foot just creeps that little bit too far backwards and wide, then the stance makes it difficult for the fencer to get forward into the lunge position. And now Choi In-jong moves ahead. Does this force Sun into a more aggressive approach, or does she not worry about that at the moment, thinking there's plenty of time? Well, she might have to start worrying soon because it's 7-5, and that yelp again from Choi In-jong. A reminder that the fencers can score points with hits to any part of the body in épée, different from the foil competition that we're going to see later in this session. And scoring the most points so far, Choi In-jong. And as Sun start to leave herself open to some counter work. And definitely opting for the more aggressive approach. Choi still converting as well, so a double. Taking it to 8-6. Slightly more muted celebrations from Sun Yuen. Last 30 seconds. And then we move into the final period. Although Sun Yuen trails by a couple, get the feeling this is going to be very much alive heading into the final period. Well. Sun Yuen, the team championship gold in Incheon, part of that very successful Chinese fencing squad. Choi In-jong, at the moment, advantageous. Twice an Asian champion in 2011, 2014. Been a while since a really massive individual title. For Sun Yuen, a real collection of medals that she's accumulated, including 2 Olympic medals, team silver in Rio, and the individual bronze. Lost to Rosella Flamingo, ultimate silver medalist. Last opportunities for the coaches to really have their impact, and she will know very well, Choi In-jong, the significance of this final period. Lost in the semi-finals of the Asian Games last time. Her teammate Shin Yam will not want to throw this away. Not now. Last opportunity for a quick regroup. As long as all the doubles keep going up on the board, she'll be perfectly happy. Sun needs to get some clean points of her own. One's without reply. Command of Pret and Ale signals the start of this final period. Sun will have to be the aggressor. She's going to have to throw caution to the wind now. And that in épée, that can be very dangerous. And Choi nearly losing the front foot. Sun wasn't far away from contact with the outstretched right leg of Choi. And it's another double. While those can keep happening all the time, Choi will have no worries at all about Sun registering hits as long as they're doubles. Just inches her closer and closer to the magic 15, and it keeps the gap of 2. There's an atmosphere of quiet intensity in the Jakarta Convention Centre. Less quiet now. Roars of support coming out for both of these fencers. Excellent fencers, top 10 fencers from excellent nations, top 2 nations in Asia, and Choi is inching closer. And with every single point, that roar, that scream of triumph. Maybe, just maybe, this is the moment for Choi In-jong. This is going to be the Asian Games final. And tactically, so difficult for Sun Yu when she's finding a way through, but she's finding a way through at a cost. Not that time. Not that time. Hit without reply. That's what she's not been able to do on too many occasions, is just get a clean strike in. 26-year-old from China had a very, very bad leg injury a couple of years ago, had to rehab extensively, and goodness me, she's rehabbing this match. A single point suddenly. From 10-7 to 10-9. It's alive in the last 90 seconds. It's very alive. 10 apiece. Beautiful from Sun Yu-wen. Unsurprisingly, tentative competitors in this last minute. If they are tied at the end of this last 40 seconds, then on we go. Is there going to be a final story to be written? Choi, for the first time in a while, started to force Sun backwards towards the edge of the piece, but back in the centre. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? They're deadlocked in the centre. 23 seconds left, 10 apiece. Somebody heads into the gold medal match. You wouldn't want to pick a winner. You would not want to pick a winner at this stage. What a contest. Well, what's going on in the minds of these players right now? So close. So close. Just getting clarification. It is indeed one touch. And touching distance. Within touching distance. The gold medal bout. It's as tough a match as you're going to see. We're in for a very, very close finish. Choi In-jong with the priority. Now, tactically a fascinating one this for Sun Yi-wen. Nearly, so nearly. Suddenly the pace has really increased and unbelievably, unbelievably, Sun Yi-wen has done it. From 10-7 down, 11-10 victorious. Oh, it's agony for Choi In-jong. Defeated in a semi-final, 2 Asian Games in a row. Sun Yi-wen, the bronze medalist in this event from the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, will now have a chance to go for Asian Games gold. Never write off the last minute of an épée contest. Overturns the deficit, gets the golden score, might get the gold medal. That moment where the two fencers turned away, never more apparent in any sport than in fencing, the simultaneous reactions of triumph and disaster. At that split second, the realisation for each athlete. It does mean that Choi In-jong adds to her collection of medals by taking a bronze. Sun Yi-wen, the overtime score winning 11-10, will now have the chance to go for gold. I do sincerely hope that that has wetted your whistle for more fencing action. The second semi-final of the women's individual épée competition about to take place here in the Jakarta Convention Centre. It's going to be Vivian Kong versus Kang Young-mi as Hong Kong takes on the Republic of Korea. You can bet that Kang Young-mi will be desperate to ensure some Korean presence in the final after the extraordinary victory of Sun Yi-wen. Comeback win from 10-7 to 11-10.
Ladies and gentlemen, second bout of women's épée individual. Please welcome the fencers. Please round of applause for the fencer of women's épée individual second bout. Dengan kehormatan kepada seluruh atlet dan wasit untuk pertandingan épée putri pemenang.
Right, you've had your breather, you've had your chance to catch your breath. Now it's on with the action here at the 2018 Asian Games in Jakarta, Palembang. The second semi-final in the women's individual épée. And this is a tried and tested contest It's the fifth meeting between these two outstanding athletes. As we look at Vivian Kong, competitor from Hong Kong, who became the first female fencer from Hong Kong to become Asian champion earlier this year, and that is who she beat to do it. Kang Young-mi, the veteran, the 33-year-old, was the individual Asian champion in 2017. Oh, and guess who she beat to do it? So there we go. They meet in Asian finals all the time. They're two apiece. There's never been a match that's gone to 15. And there's only been one where there's been more than a single point difference between these two. So, at 2-2, who's going to win meeting number 5? Who is going to get the chance to go for Asian Games gold? Difference in use of the piece when you have fencers who are both fencing left-handed. Just working on that diagonal. And that indeed was the case in the first match, the first semi-final. Quite a passive start. The referee calls the fencers on guard. Has called a halt to the first period. Lack of action, lack of activity. Oh, there was activity there. They got themselves all a tangle. If you're just joining the action, it's the women's individual épée semi-finals. You already know that the winner of this will go on to face Sun Yiwen of the People's Republic of China. It was a fascinating first encounter. The first score was registered, but it's one apiece. And if you're familiar with other forms of fencing but not épée, then there can be doubles, can be simultaneous hits. It is the first to 15, or the highest scorer in these two, or these rather three-minute periods, two of which remain. First clear score. Kang Young-mi nudges in front. World number 6, leading the world number 9. That's aggressive work from Vivian Kong. She really did position herself well for that attack. Took her time. Lovely parry riposte. There has never been a fencer from Hong Kong taking a gold medal in fencing at the Asian Games. Vivian Kong has just got herself that little bit closer, but 1 point lead. Well, it's nothing in an épée contest. Seems to have suddenly found a way through here. Suddenly, Vivian Kong has a plan. She's got an angle of attack, and that's what is so very interesting as we see the connection made on the left knee, and that's the difference between épée and other forms of fencing. Hits registered on any part of the body, and that's why sometimes there's a more cautious approach. But just going back to the start of the contest, which looked very passive, as now the points are coming in. Clear signs that the fencers were just getting a feel for each other, trying to work out the tactics. Suddenly the signs are they've both got the measure of the other. We'd expect that to be the case, considering the number of times that they fought, and it is now level at 4. That Asian Championship final in Bangkok a couple of months ago. Vivian Kong won by a single point, 10-9, and she moves a single point, 5-4 ahead. But in the year before, in the Asian Championship final, it was Kang who won 13-12. First two meetings were very low scoring. No one got above 5 points, and this is looking like it's going to be more in keeping with the last couple of meetings they've had. Higher scoring affairs. Oh, it's wonderfully done from Kang Young-mi. Saw that attack coming, saw Vivian Kong's intentions, and just darted back beautifully. Wonderful anticipation from the 33-year-old. The lead does not last for long, or parity, excuse me, does not last for long, because the lead is once again Vivian Kong's. A muted reaction from Kong. Well, after a very tentative start to the match, a very quiet and calm first period, suddenly all the scores are going in this second as we enter the last 25 seconds. With 3 more minutes to go. Vivian Kong just reaches out in apology. But she has nothing to apologise for in terms of the way that she's approaching this. It's a lovely connection. Referee summoning the fencers on guard for the last 15 seconds, and it's a really good 15 seconds for Kang Young-mi. Gets it back to 6-7. Nobody attacking in the last moments of this period. We've got a wonderful contest developing. Can Vivian Kong, the flag bearer for Hong Kong in the opening ceremony, the flag bearer for women's fencing in Hong Kong, can she do it? Can she get to the gold medal bout, having lost in the semi-final to Sun Yee-jae last time? What of Kang Young-mi, the veteran? She has had the measure of Vivian Kong on a couple of occasions. It's just that Vivian Kong's also had the measure of her on a couple of occasions. She came out of the last Olympic Games just feeling like she hadn't managed to get even close to as far as she wanted to get, losing in the second round to the eventual gold medalist Emesha Sashkovac of Hungary. We resume with the command of Ale. Go to these competitors the last 3 minutes. That is, unless we go into a golden score overtime. Kang Young-mi of the Republic of Korea trails Vivian Kong. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She is level at 7 apiece. It is neck and neck. It is still neck and neck. A double. to 8. Vivian Kong just keeping alive with that connection to the midsection of Kang. Now it is Vivian Kong testing the water. And it's water that she enjoys jumping into. Saw that gap. It wasn't a big gap, but it was enough. That's some sturdy defence. That's going to be a really tricky one, but somehow Vivian Kong's managed to get the score. Exceptional reflexes. Oh, beautiful. I don't think Kang Young-mi can quite believe that happened. 2 points to the good. 2 minutes to go. Vivian Kong, fencer born in Vancouver. She has the narrow advantage, but if you've been with us for the whole of this broadcast, you'll know things change. But they might be starting to change now in the direction of Vivian Kong after an even spell in this match. She was defending and defending so resolutely. Not for the first time, Kong managing to turn a defensive position into an attacking one with a literal flick of the wrist. So many sacrifices, so many injuries that competitors make and go through. Kang Young-mi started fencing when she was at middle school in Incheon, host city of the 2014 Asian Games. As for Vivian Kong, had cruciate ligament surgery, knee ligament surgery on her left knee last year, but recovered in time to win the Asian Championship. She does an awful lot of yoga, Vivian Kong, and credits much of that with helping her recovery and also helping her balance. Oh, is she going to get unbalanced and destabilised now, because Kang Young-mi brings it back to a 2-point match. Now this is the time where Kang's got to make those big decisions, and there was a big decision, left herself open. She is now fencing with aggression. Oh, Vivian Kong just seemed to lose her stance completely. Oh, it's engrossing stuff heading into the final minute and 15 seconds. Somebody heads into the gold medal match, where they will face Sun Yi-wen. There'll be no score there. Listening to final instructions from the sidelines, this superb Korean fencing setup. Such experience in there. It's a double. As Vivian Kong goes to ground. Just reaches out at that left knee, I think. Oh, it did take a little bit of a tumble. And the left leg just got bent at a slightly awkward angle, but it is still a 2-point advantage. Last minute. Vivian Kong is very, very close to the final. Oh, not so close anymore. Kang Young-mi. Are we going to get a repeat of the last semi-final? Is this going to be another comeback special? She believes. Now is the real test for Vivian Kong to see if she can hold this on for the last 40 seconds. Kang Young-mi will come. She will attack. She has to. And she has got the score. Vivian Kong throws her head back in frustration. Oh, but hang on. Now, was that a red light as well? Just wait and see and get confirmation. No, it is 12 apiece. Extraordinary. The last 30 seconds, a massive 30 seconds. Oh, Vivian Kong was desperate to get a score in there. Who will it be? Will it be the veteran Korean? Will it be the much admired Asian champion, Vivian Kong? We're going to find out in a golden score. She was nearly there, Vivian Kong. And then Kang Young-mi came back extraordinarily. So for the second semi-final in a row, we head to the golden score. One of these two is 1 point away from at least a silver medal. To the loser, the bronze. Let's find out. Kang Young-mi has the priority. Vivian Kong had the lead. It's a lead that disappeared. It's a lead that has completely disappeared because Kang Young-mi, the 33-year-old, has come back from the brink. A roar that has every conceivable emotion wrapped up inside it explodes out across the piste, across the Jakarta Convention Centre. Kang Young-mi will go for gold. It will be a Republic of Korea-China battle because Kang Young-mi will meet Sun Yi-wen in the Asian Games Women's Individual Epee final. Every single meeting that these competitors have had in the last 2 years has been decided by just the 1 point, and it's happened again. Poor Vivian Kong, the Asian champion, for the second games in a row, she loses in the semi-final and takes away a bronze. And it's a brilliant bronze for a brilliant fencer. But that is a sensational comeback. Confirmation of the victory for Kang Young-mi of the Republic of Korea. 13-12, the golden score overtime win against Hong Kong's Vivian Kong. Well, if you were hoping for a nice, calm, quiet, no drama session of fencing, then you've been foiled. But you know what they say, you get what you pay for, and you're certainly getting your money's worth. This is a fabulous session of competition. We'll take a break from the women's epee and turn our attention in a moment to the men's individual foil competition. And for those of you watching fencing for the very first time, different concept in foil. Can only score points for attacks on the torso. And the concept of right of way starts to get introduced in the foil discipline. So if a hit is simultaneous, then the right of way will be to the fencer who initiated the attack. They will get the point. So you might see, in addition to the red and green lights, a white light come up. And that's for a hit that's been registered, but it's off target and therefore will not score. You may also notice that foil bouts are often significantly quicker than the épée contests. Still first to 15. But that incentive of the right of way, very, very important. And those men's individual foil semi-finals are going to be along in around about 15 minutes' time. Of the piece, the four fencers involved in the semi-finals, they all have medals. There are 2 bronze medals awarded to the 2 losing semi-finalists. It's just a question of the colour configuration. Which way is it all going to go? That's the fun bit for us to work out as these foil semi-finals take place. After that, we'll bring you the women's individual épée gold medal match. And then the men's foil gold will follow after that. Introductions have been completed. Battle about to commence here at the Asian Games 2018 in Jakarta, Palembang. We start things off with Chung Kao-long and Nicholas Choi. Hong Kong will have 2 medals. One of these 2 will have the chance to go for a gold. And they have met once before last year. Chung Kao-long was victorious 15 points to 8. It was in St. Petersburg. And he is the world number 11. 21-year-old taking on the 25-year-old, the Prince of Foil they call him, the world number 19. Hong Kong will win their 3rd Asian Games silver. At the very least, it might be more than that. And a great early attack from Nicholas Choi. First to 15. 3-minute periods, the maximum we can have. Might not get that far. Nicholas Choi is absolutely racing at the moment. He has no major individual medals. The fencer who is 3 to the good. Now Chung Kao-long has got to try something different. It's not working at the moment. Very nearly there. It's a matter of inches. Once again coming through aggressively, Choi, an off-target hit, but it's all happening for Nicholas Choi. Just 40 seconds have elapsed. Another score for Nicholas Choi, who leads 4 without reply. No double hits possible in the foil competition because of the concept of right of way. Whoever initiates the attack gets the point. Someone surely is going to get a score out of this. And finally, Chung Kao-long on the board. He really did work hard for that. Going for the parry riposte approach. Took him some time. Eventually just got there. Torso shots do include the back. Trying to be the aggressor. And Choi ultimately another off-target hit, little shake of the head. Two very, very good teammates. They know each other well. That put to one side. Dilemma facing Nicholas Choi is, does he go in hard and try to get more and risk counter-attacks? Ably demonstrated by Chung Kao-long. Sensors that are on the competition outfits of the players, sending the signals to the referee, to the scoreboard. At the start of the bout, Nicholas Choi was sending very clear signals to Chung Kao-long. He's just not been able to get as much emphatic attacking done in the last minute and a half. We're into the last 30 seconds. Once again, no score. Benefit of the score for Chung Kao-long. That's where the no doubles comes in. The initiator, Chung, gets the point. And that will take us to the break. Nicholas Choi was 4-1 ahead. That lead just starting to be eroded. It was 4-0 ahead, in fact. So a bit of thinking to do for the 25-year-old who's yet to get a major individual medal. Chung Kao-long, the individual Asian champion a couple of years ago in Wuxi in China. We've been teammates together on an Asian Games podium. Bronze medalists in the team foil competition in Incheon. But now a return to individual matters. And what for Nicholas Choi? Opportunity to return to form would be nice, having started so brightly. It is the second period of 3 minutes. A further 3 possible. Nicholas Choi had a 4-point lead. Chung Kao-long has eradicated most of it. He's eradicated all of it. To 4-4. Comeback complete. Now the next stage. Moving ahead. Just the tonic for Nicholas Choi. Tactically so interesting with 2 competitors who train together, who know each other so well. Perhaps a reluctance to commit sometimes be expected in this sort of situation. Both know each other's tricks. And then you run the risk of overthinking things. Run the risk of trying to be too different, too unusual, do things that aren't naturally your game. When you're up against a teammate. And all those white lights, if you're just joining us and joining fencing for the first time, there are no scores for a hit off target. It's only hits to the torso that count in foil. And you're joining the men's semi-finals. You picked a good time to switch on the TV. There's no bronze medal match, so the loser of this guarantees themselves a bronze. And that's far from anyone's minds right now. The lead just starting to grow. No score because I believe it was Chung who got in that first hit and it was off target. The light coming up for Nicholas Choi was an errant one. Same situation on the other side. Much to ponder. It is a very interesting tactical battle. They're having a little review of this one, the officials. We are at 5 apiece. Suddenly, the whole situation has turned around. Nicholas Choi had such a good early lead and they are now inseparable. It's very interesting watching the way that Chung Kao-long has gone about calmly making a comeback. Though he's going to have to do it again now with Choi having got the better of that exchange. Chung does say he's a great believer in trying to control himself in the unexpected or the difficult situations. Not panicking, just playing every single point one after the other. I think that's sort of attitude really key in a successful fencer. It's what's got him back to within touching distance. But suddenly, the gap is growing. Once again, Nicholas Choi with the advantage. But staying within touching distance, Chung Kao-long. Hands up in apology, comradeship. 2 competitors who will shake hands and smile after all this is done. Just one will have a bigger smile than t'other. Once again, Chung Kao-long making the comeback. Can he do it in the last 20 seconds of the second period? Yes, indeed so. 8-all. Second time that Chung Kao-long has fought back from a deficit. It's just the difference now between fighting back from a deficit and actually going ahead, creating the deficit at the other end. Nicholas Choi will be quite possibly running through his mind what he needs to do now to actually put away Chung Kao-long properly. He's had 3 and 4 point leads. They just will not settle. Calm head on his shoulders, this 21-year-old. Before he actually gets onto the piste, he likes to listen to really upbeat, up-tempo, loud music, get himself really fired up. He's from a wonderful sporting family. His parents were both very high-level basketball players. So you can probably tell from a 6'2" gentleman.
One video, 2 video. On guard.
The start of the third and final period. As Choi, not for the first time, just as an off-target hit. If you're just joining us, the story of the contest so far. 2 good advantages for Nicholas Choi. At 4-0 and at 8-5. But Chung Kao-long keeps coming back. He will not go away. One of them will go into the gold medal bout. Some quick-footed defence from Chung Kao-long. Takes great pains, Chung Kao-long, to keep his back leg nicely under the body so doesn't end up with too wide a stance, making the lunge attack very difficult to manoeuvre. And it is working. Very easy, natural when you start to move back into a defensive position for the trailing leg, in that case his right leg, to really start to disappear. And for the stance to become very wide. Subject of wide stance, an impressive lunge from Nicholas Choi. 9-9.
Attack pass, counter-attack touch.
We are in for, by all signals, an incredibly tight finish. That's been the story of the session so far. If you're with us for the women's individual épée bouts, you will certainly know that. Here's Nicholas Choi starting to open up the gap. It's first to 15. The closer that he gets towards that, when you start to get into this kind of territory, 12-9, it now has the potential to really make Chung Kao-long overthink things as he tries to attack. This is going to really test his philosophy of being calm in the difficult situations of playing it solely 1 point at a time. He's got to play this as though it's 0-0 and there's nothing on the scoreboard. But it's becoming increasingly difficult to do that because Nicholas Choi is just 2 away. And now, just 1 left for Nicholas Choi. This is the third time he's opened up a considerable lead in the match. Will the lead hold on this occasion? No. No score unless there's further discussion and a change of minds from the officials. This becomes a very, very agonising wait for the competitors. Chung Ka-long had a light come up in his favour. Referee says, nothing doing, let's get on with it. And there is the score. Nicholas Choi has moved into the gold medal match. Victorious 15 points to 9. A great succession of points from 9 apiece right the way through to 15-9. Nicholas Choi, they call him the Prince of Foil. It's the Prince about to become a king because he's going to go for gold. In the end, it was the 25-year-old who was calmest under pressure. Handled the setback very impressively of losing that lead on a couple of occasions. And what a dominant third period it was, 7-1, leading to a total victory of 15-9. We knew from the start that Hong Kong would have a competitor in this final. We now know it is Nicholas Choi, and we know that Chung Ka-long will take a bronze medal. Action will continue in the men's individual foil competition at the 2018 Asian Games. Here at the Jakarta Convention Centre, we have one more match to bring you before it's on to gold medal action time in the women's and men's epee and foil respectively competitions. Time for a first ever meeting between Hwang Meng-kai, the emerging talented 20-year-old, and Son Young-ki, the veteran, the 33-year-old. They've never met before. They meet now, and it's in an Asian Games semi-final. The Korean world number 29, the Chinese world number 24. The first of three 3-minute periods. Also the first of 15, which will come first. Must be a score, and it's been countered. Hwang Meng-kai getting the first score. They seem to be halfway out the building. Really evasive work, extraordinary evasive work, and then somehow managing to rescue the score. He is quick. He is very quick. He made a name for himself at the Asian Championships this year. Hwang Meng-kai took a bronze medal, his first real individual honours. And we once again see the two nations that control Asian fencing doing battle on the piste here in Jakarta. No early control, really clear in this match. Getting caught up and no score. Sure you can read those hand signals. No need for hand signals now. The instructions very clear from the coach. Hwang Meng-kai getting a very clear score. Lost to Hyo Jun in the semi-final of that Asian Championships. It seems at the moment that Hwang Meng-kai has got himself a strategy. Again, the gap just left open. Son Young-ki started fencing back in 2002. There was a teacher who encouraged him at school to do it. Worked out to be an exceptionally good bit of advice, a really good bit of decision-making as well from the young man to go and pursue aggressively a career in this sport. 3 times an Asian team champion, part of that fantastic Korean squad. But everything fantastic at the moment happening for Hwang Meng-kai. Still 3-1 the score. That time, the point. Handling the occasion. Massive part of fencing for these young competitors, the likes of Hwang Meng-kai. That can be as much the battle as anything else. Not so much the technical skill, but just the ability to cope with a sense of expectation, sometimes inflicted upon oneself, sometimes from external factors. At the moment, he is absolutely in control. Much to be relaxed about for the Chinese coaches. An opportunity now just for a bit of reflection from Son Young-ki. Hwang Meng-kai being asked to change his mask. And find another 4 here. The referee says, no, it's not a time to start doing some coaching. We just want the competition attire sorted out. Gently ushers the coach back. Maybe this is a welcome break for Son Young-ki. Just a chance to stop the momentum. Of course, that's all immaterial. If he comes straight out and loses the next point, it's all back again, but maybe it just gave him the chance to have a quick think. We shall find out. Away we go with 1.5 minutes to go in the first period. Hwang Meng-kai is bossing this. He's had some rapid defence as well. Couldn't get away from that, and that's a huge reaction from Son Young-ki to get that score. He worked hard to cultivate the opportunity. Nearly had it the first time. Second, lovely lunge. Super footwork. And suddenly, there's a way back for the experienced competitor. I just wonder, did that change come partly as a result of him having the time to think things through when the mask had to be replaced? He's suddenly fencing with confidence, Son Yoon-ki. Fencing with real confidence. But Hwang Min-kai managing to capitalise. There was the space. 6-3. 1 minute to go. May well be that this one does not go the distance in terms of time. Animated discussions between Son Yoon-ki and coach. Score remains the same. Always likely to get the point from that position. Hwang Min-kai did not disappoint. Really outmaneuvered Son Yoon-ki effectively. But he's just doing enough to keep this one live. Son Yoon-ki getting enough here and there just to keep that gap not too large. Or is he? Hwang Min-kai does not think so. Running repairs. Extensive physical exertion of these two competitors in the Jakarta Convention Centre. The battle to get into the gold medal match continues, and Hwang Min-kai is opening up a little gap once more. He was 5-1 to the good. Then a couple of quick points from Son Yoon-ki made it lively. But the gap to 9-4. First to 15. Got a good opportunity here. Son Yoon-ki gets the score. All of a tangle, but still managing to convert. Oh, just raced straight into the attack. Lovely change of pace. Catching Hwang Min-kai unawares. Now, does he try it again? Well, perhaps not now, especially after that hesitation. He does go again very aggressively. 30 seconds of the first period. Now, does Hwang Min-kai just essentially look to hold on here? Well, he certainly does not look to hold on. He gets another score. Palm up straight away, saying that one's mine. Referee says that it's done. The roar of the coaches will beg otherwise, but no score. Getting closer and closer. Coach is finding it hard to stay in his area and stay in his seat. And that is why, because Hwang Meng-kai is almost there now. 4 more points. That's all. Off-target contact from Hwang Meng-kai. He gets another 12-6. Looking to get this wrapped up fast. Quick reactions, quick work. Now, a long, long way back for Son Yoon-ki, who will take a bronze medal, even if he loses this. Suddenly, as a result of this period, it has all started to look pretty close to inevitable that Hwang Meng-kai will get into the gold medal match. He's just 20. Young, emerging talent, hence this being the first meeting between the two competitors. He, so much more experienced. Silver medal at the Asian Championships 3 years ago. Came back to get a bronze last year. Has a team bronze from Incheon, but chasing his first Asian Games individual medal, wants it to be more than a bronze. Head in hand, heart in mouth, you suspect as well. It's very, very close. Maybe just psychologically, what Hwang Meng-kai managed to do just before the end of that period was get enough points, just a couple of them on the board, to make Son Yoon-ki go back to his coach and now walk back out onto the piece, knowing that the end might be really, really close. Suddenly becomes a really different match at this sort of score. And there's always the chance now that the opponent gets overly hesitant. They just lose a split second of reaction time, of thinking time, because the doubt creeps in. He's almost there. Just one left for Hwang Meng-kai. A single point. That's all he needs. The 20-year-old, the 33-year-old. At the moment, the youngster is winning the battle. The battle to get to the gold medal match. And there it is. Hwang Meng-kai, the 20-year-old, the emerging talent in the world of fencing, emerges to a position in the gold medal match, defeats the 33-year-old Son Yoon-ki, and a chance for the Chinese team to add to their hugely impressive tally of medals in the Asian Games that's fast approaching a half-century. He's a long, long way from a half-century, this 20-year-old. What a talent, what promise, what an opportunity now for gold for Hwang Meng-kai. There, the moment when he knew he'd done it, he felt that register, knew that was a hit, and knew it was all over. Confirmation of Huang Mengkai's victory. 15 points to 6. The Chinese fencer advances to the gold medal match. Sun Young-ki of the Republic of Korea taking home a bronze. Kang Young-mi of the Republic of Korea, Sun Yi-wen of the People's Republic of China. The épée competition, for those of you new to the sport of fencing. First to 15, three-minute periods. The players can attack any part of the body. They can register double hits, so both players can score at the same time. When they get to the right end, it'll be even better. Kang Young-mi, a 33-year-old veteran, took the Asian Championships in 2017. Sun Yi-wen, 7 years younger. Relaxed, enjoying the occasion, ready for this one. Delighted to have come back from a bad leg injury a couple of years ago. To be here, to be competitive, and to be in with a very, very good chance indeed of taking a gold medal. She already has an Asian Games gold medal in the team competition from last time, and she has 2 Olympic medals as well, a silver and a bronze, the bronze coming in the individual épée event. Both of those medals in Rio de Janeiro. Kang Young-mi making her way through an outstanding semi-final. That's the route. Started with some group play and then the victory, 13-12 against Vivian Kong, the sudden death victory, the overtime score, having come back from a deficit. Sun Yi-wen, same state of play. Choi In-jong defeated in a golden score. So those were close. Now, what about the head-to-head record with these two? They've met once before in the Asian Championships of 2015. Kang Young-mi won it. The score, 15-14. Get ready for what could be a really, really close match. It is the gold medal contest in the women's individual épée at Jakarta Palembang 2018. Sun Yi-wen on the left, Kang Young-mi on the right. And this early stage of the match, a chance for the competitors to learn each other's strengths and weaknesses, to try to develop a strategy without giving too much away, whilst trying to read the opponent's plan. Every hit, a hit on target, and a double to begin. You'd expect this sort of a close meeting between world number 7 Sun and world number 6 Kang. China and Korea have divided the women's individual épée golds at the Asian Games between them, 3-3. So who's going to nudge ahead? Nudging ahead here is Kang Young-mi. Both of these competitors will fight to the very end. They were both so close to defeat in their semi-finals. And yet, here they stand on the piste in the Jakarta Convention Centre, battling for the gold, for the top prize. Halfway through this first period. Just enormous amounts of energy that the competitors put into keeping position. It may look still, it is not still. It is Kang who leads 3-1. Sun Yuen just needing to regroup now. It may well be that this period comes to a premature end. Into the last 20 seconds or so. Doesn't look as though anyone's willing to make the commitment in the last 10 seconds. And that's that. Referee draws to a close the first period, a 1-minute break. And all going well so far for the 33-year-old from Incheon. Sun Yuen and Kang Young-mi both have that ability to come back. So no lead is safe.
Mais ne fais pas trop grand non plus. Juste un petit peu. Parce que tu es sur place, parce que tu la regardes, parce que tu l'attends.
Coaches have done their bit, they've had their say. We expect a close encounter, not just because of the way these two made it through the semi-finals, but because of the history between them. Limited as it is to a single meeting. The margin of victory limited as it was to a single point. And it was Kang Young-mi who won it on that occasion. And she leads here in the Asian Games final. It continues to be, as is often the case in an épée competition, what they call a game of physical chess. And they're so often like this across all sports. Gold medal matches become about who does not want to lose, sometimes more about who does not have the wherewithal at the moment. It's looking as though Sun Yuen is going to get the reward for her patience. Just a single point the difference. We're into the third period because the lack of activity in the second, so time will start to now put pressure on Sun Yuen. Kang Young-mi extends it to 4-2. She always emits that ululation of delight when she scores a point. Sometimes in épée the points can suddenly start to come thick and fast when the competitors realise time is fast running out. And now Sun has to be the aggressor. She's got to come forward, she's got to go for it, and then she'll leave gaps potentially that Kang can exploit. Command of Ale from the referee to get the action resumed. Oh, a little slip from Sun. Was that an opportunity for Kang? He certainly thinks so. Need to make some equipment adjustments, do some repairs. Coach's bag contains everything, doesn't it? And Kang Young-mi will not want this to have disrupted any positive momentum she was getting. But it's hard to argue that there's been a great deal of it. Sun Yuen has remained in touching distance, though time is running out. Here we go, with just over 2 minutes to go in the women's individual épée final of the 2018 Asian Games. There's a big, big reach from Kang. It's a double hit. Big aggressive lunge. It allowed the opportunity for Sun Yuen to find the gap, but Kang eventually getting the connection. And the double score possible in épée, because there is no concept of right of way. And Sun gets to within a point now. This is her kind of territory. Loves to mount a comeback. 26-year-old is so calm when trailing. Minute and 45. Somebody takes gold. Gesture of sportsmanship from both fencers. Oh, she's certainly making attempts, Sun. It's an interesting opportunity now for Kang Young-mi. If her defence works well, then parry riposte opportunities might be there, the counter-attacking chances might be there. Does she try to get that extra couple of points just to open up the gap? Although the light comes up in favour of Kang, the decision is that there's going to be no score. It's Going to be another look, perhaps. Big review, this. Spectators trying to have a little glance over the shoulder of the officials, see what they're seeing. What are they seeing in terms of the score? Because it is 4-5. The advantage not with the Chinese team, not with Sun Yiwen. All they can do is wait. All she can do is wait. Time is running out. It was a lengthy conference. That's the outcome. It remains 5-4 with a minute to go. Sun Yiwen chasing, and really chasing now. 2 points the gap. It can be overcome, but it's looking better and better and better for Kang Young-mi. Three gold medals apiece. The People's Republic of China and the Republic of Korea in the women's individual épée at the Asian Games. But is Kang Young-mi about to make it 4-3 to the Republic of Korea? The lead is growing at just the right time for a lead to be growing. 3 points, 50 seconds, over to Sun Yiwen. It's down to the 26-year-old now. She's left the gap nearly. Kang Young-mi almost getting the score. She has to do it. She has to be fiercely aggressive now. It doesn't really matter whether she loses 7-4, 8-4, 10-4. The key is the 4. She's got to get something on the board. But with it, she will leave opportunities. And they are being taken by Kang Young-mi. So close. There's one. Is it a consolation score? The tip of the toe. Is it the start of a remarkable comeback in these last few seconds? Went for it again. Looks as though time is going to run out. Kang Young-mi gets another one for 9-5. The screams of Kang Young-mi reverberate around the Jakarta Convention Centre. She's so nearly there. The veteran, the 33-year-old. She is so nearly there now, and she knows it. .94 seconds. That's all between the 33-year-old from Incheon and the gold medal at the Asian Games. Sun Yiwen gets one last score. Maybe time for one more, but surely it will just be the final exclamation point to Kang Young-mi. Kang Young-mi makes it 11 points to 7. They wait. There is no point resuming the contest. Kang Young-mi is the Asian Games champion. The 33-year-old, the veteran performer, the number 6 in the world. She always has one more scream left in her. One more roar of delight. It's finally happened. It has finally happened. Kang Young-mi, the Asian Games individual women's épée champion. She was the Asian fencing champion in 2017. And for Sun Yi-wen, the silver medal. She has a team épée gold from Incheon in 2014. But this title, this one, the individual title, that's hers. That's Kang Young-mi's. For the fourth time, the Republic of Korea take the gold medal in the women's individual épée competition at the Asian Games. The winner, 11 points to 7 in a high-scoring third period. Kang Young-mi, she takes the gold. Sun Yi-wen takes the silver. The final standings in the women's individual épée competition, with Vivian Kong of Hong Kong taking the bronze medal. The silver going to Sun Yi-wen of the People's Republic of China. The gold to Kang Young-mi of the Republic of Korea. We still have more action to come in the fencing on day 3 of the 2018 Asian Games. The men's individual foil gold medal bout, that is still to come. Will be the last bout of this session. And then the opportunity for the athletes to celebrate their accomplishments, to hold medals aloft in front of friends, family, the media, admiring spectators. And in around about 10 minutes' time, just under 10 minutes' time, we'll bring you the men's individual foil gold medal match, and that will be along very shortly. And I hope you're looking forward to it as much as we all are.